Hi, I'm Dana and we're back with another laundry video. So for anyone that's new, this is me making myself do this, and it's a chance for you to put this on in the background and just have a little go at whatever you've been putting off, because I normally film these videos with better lighting. Not much better, mind, but somewhat better lighting. Oh, there's a cat there. Okay. And it's taken me to, what time? It's 5:26. I've been doing this, about to do this, for like 2 days already. But then also the fact that it's taken me until 5 o'clock today and it's going dark. So I also struggle with motivation, struggle with a little bit of PDA. Generally don't get enough shit done when I need to. I'm gonna wear this for pyjamas later, so I'm just throwing it over there. Because I'm also, in my little head, gonna shower and wash my hair after this. I don't want to wash my hair. I should still shower though. I'm gonna shower after this. So, yeah, I think I've just given you the gist. This is just so that you can hopefully have a little bit of entertainment and company and encouragement, so that whatever you've been putting off you can do, whether it's doing your laundry like me, whether you want to pause this and go for your own shower and come back and then leave a comment to motivate me. If you want to do your dishes, do some hoovering, I don't know. I would like to, I say this every time, I'd like to do more like different types of chores, but then I have to voice over and it feels like loads of extra work to edit, so I don't. Like, I don't mind putting effort into my normal videos, but with these ones, like, I'm already having to put in the effort of doing the thing I'm doing that I've been putting off and don't want to do realistically. So adding any extra effort is just going to make me more likely to put it off for longer and do it less, you know? What do we want to talk about? I mean, it's taken me longer this time than it usually does because I've been super fucking social. I'm going on a trip soon. You'll be seeing all about that in videos soon enough. And it means that I'm not going to be here for like a good amount of time. So I'm trying to sort of make the most of it while I am, you know? Like, I'm seeing friends. I have 2 friends. I'm just seeing them and I'm going on the trip with one of them. But, you know, like, I really don't like change and I get very comfortable with my environment, so I kind of just want to make the most of having things be the same and be the way they are and sort of cherish them while I'm here. And I'm hoping that sort of makes me a little bit less stressed when I'm on this trip. But it does mean that I've been doing a bit more than I really am able to be honest. Like, I've been just stressing myself out and getting myself real tired. And because I'm going out, I haven't been filming often enough, I haven't been editing often enough, I haven't retinted my eyebrows, so I'm starting to once again have the Matt Smith vibe of not having any eyebrows. Like, I've just got all this maintenance stuff that I need to catch up on, because I can't have a social life and maintain my house at the same time. Obviously, that's just way too much for anybody, isn't it? See, I get frustrated at myself for it still, but I also feel like that's how, like, most autistic people are existing, and it's just real fucking hard. And as much as I don't mind feeling bad about it myself, I don't want to make other people feel bad for it, because when other people are going through it, I'm like, well, you're autistic, you have this going on, you have this going on, of course you find this thing difficult. And when it's me, I'm like, come on, get your shit together. But I am trying to be kinder to myself. And that's kind of where these videos came around as well, was being kinder to myself and accepting that, like, I'm not the only person in these positions. And I always do the thing of, like, if I'm in the situation and I need help, then so do other people. And if no one is helping me, then I'd better figure out some way to try and help people. And I don't know how helpful these videos really are, because I won't lie to you, they get significantly less views than all my other ones. But it does mean that I put my laundry away, and that's what I need. So we take it. I think also because I've been seeing people, obviously, like, I don't have time to go out somewhere and spend like 8 hours a day watching something. So I haven't been engaging in my special interest of watching things as much as I usually have been lately. I have had a lot of times when I haven't spent as much time watching stuff for one reason or another. But this time it's purely like, I do want to watch stuff. Like, I have all sorts of things like opening tabs that I really want to watch. But by the time I get home, like, especially because public transport really takes it out of me, and one of my best friends has just moved, like, not even that far away, but I've gone from just being able to get the bus in to see them to having to get a bus and a train, and it just absolutely wipes me out. Like, I love them, I'm always going to go and see them, but it is absolute effort now, and it didn't used to be, and I already miss it. It's to the point where I don't even know where I was going with that. I'm not sure why I was telling you about that. I guess just to add to my overall, like, like, I'm not necessarily burnt out, because I feel like for me burnout's always come with like actual like feeling very negative, feeling quite depressed, you know, like I've been diagnosed with depression, which I don't think is a correct diagnosis, but like I feel like the symptoms of depression do tend to line up with how I feel as an autistic person when I'm experiencing burnout. But I just, as much as the symptoms are very, 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 very similar, I feel like it's not depression because I know what's going on, you know. I know that I'm feeling this way because I've done too much and I'm burnt out as an autistic person. It's not just like my brain chemicals aren't right or whatever, you know? And I do think that autistic people can be depressed and can have depression. I just don't think I'm one of them. But yeah, like, I feel like my autistic burnout has always come with like low mood, feeling very unmotivated, so on and so forth, like very depression symptoms. And I do not currently feel like that. I'm having a lot of anxiety at the minute. I do feel very anxious quite often, but I wouldn't say I have like a low or negative mood, you know? Like, overall, I feel like I'm doing mentally pretty well. I'm just really, really tired, and I know exactly why I'm tired too. I've just been doing a bit much than I realistically maybe should be, when I know a lot of my boundaries. I know that I'm not very good at socialising like very often, but I also want to make the most of it and see people while I'm here. Again, I see 2 people, like, chill out, hon. But you know, I want to just feel like I've got like a thriving situation here, I guess, so that I don't feel as nervous about it while I'm away. Because last time, see, I'm not someone who can like afford to go on holidays and trips and stuff. My best friend is like paying 90% of the way for me to go on this trip. And the last time I went anywhere, it was to Turkey in 2019 with the family of my partner at the time, and my partner obviously. And I had one of the worst meltdowns of my life on the plane there. And it wasn't like, I mean like the second I stepped on the plane, and it wasn't that I'm particularly scared of flying. Like, everyone there definitely thought it was that I was a nervous flyer, but it was the thing of like, I'm getting into this little contraption and it's taking me far, far away from my cats, from my home, from my things. You know, like, I love the things that I own. I've collected them, I care about them. And the idea of not having any of my stuff, especially if it's like, well, what if I need this? What if I suddenly need this? Like, I'm someone who thinks of every like terrible thing that could happen. I'm like, no, but I need this, I need this, I need to be prepared and ready for anything. And you can't take everything with you, and you've just got to get on this plane and go to a place really far away where, like, if I want to go home, it's going to take hours and hours and hours and lots of money that I don't have to be able to go home. That's terrifying, that's anxiety inducing, and I hadn't really fully thought about it until I was on the plane, because I wasn't even diagnosed autistic yet at this point. And the moment I stepped foot on the plane, I just started bawling. I couldn't stop crying. I was like hyperventilating, and I couldn't really express to anyone why I was reacting like this, you know? Like, I didn't have the words for it. I didn't have the experience. I wasn't aware that I was autistic. Like, I was already going through the diagnostic process, but I hadn't like fully accepted it about myself. I didn't really feel like I could until I was officially diagnosed. So I felt like I like just had the like, I've always had anxiety and had panic attacks and everything, but it was so beyond what I was used to being a panic attack, you know? And it was so embarrassing. My partner didn't know what to do with me. His parents didn't know what to do with me. They seemed quite just embarrassed of me. I was embarrassed for myself anyway. And it was one of those things where, like, I calmed down after a bit of the flight and I was okay for the rest of it, because I'm not scared of flying. I'm not scared of planes. It's purely the thing of, like, I'm physically leaving my routine and everything that makes my routine possible to me and everything that makes me comfortable, and that's not fun for me, you know? It's actually really frightening and terrifying and scary, and I don't like it. And it does sometimes also make me wonder if I actually like want to travel, because I've always been someone that says like, oh, I want to travel, I want to see the world, I want to see this, I want to go there, and like I do, but also like, do I? Can I actually handle it? Can I actually deal with that kind of thing? Do I actually prefer travelling and seeing stuff over being at home, you know? Like, or am I just living in the validation of like, I've been somewhere, guys, I've done something. So this trip, I think, will answer a lot of those questions. I am very, 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 very nervous about it. One of the other people that was supposed to be coming on the trip with us has dropped out because they're just too anxious and it's too much and they can't deal with it. And I completely respect that. I completely understand from my own feelings, you know? Like, I get what they're feeling and I get why they're feeling it. But, like, I needed the plan not to change, dude. I really needed the plan not to change. And now there's a homeless person going, and it just feels really weird and odd. I don't like it. But I'm trying to just adjust and be excited, because it is frankly a once in a lifetime opportunity. I'm never going to get to do this again, I don't think. I never thought that I did think as a teenager that I'd get to do things like this. And then I grew up and realised what the reality of my life is and was like, oh shit, I'm never going to get to do loads of things that I want to do. So I don't want to miss the opportunity, you know, especially not because I'm like a bit fucking anxious. So I've got friends sorted to come in and look after my cats, and I know that they're like, you know, they're my best friends. They're going to be like really respectful of my stuff and keep things in order and not be, you know, I know things will be okay and they'll let me know that things are okay. But like when I was in Turkey, I had my mum doing it, and as much as my relationship with my mother now is non-existent and became very strained and everything, I did at the time trust her massively. And I was still waking up in the night, like absolutely hyperventilating, wondering if the cats were okay, just wondering if my house was okay, like has my house burnt down, is there a flood? And it's like, why would any of these things happen? Of course my house is fine, but I just get so anxious about it, and I need to know immediately because I'm so used to checking everything all the time, you know, like I check the front door when I leave and come back. You know, like I'll check the ovens off when I'm just walking to the kitchen, haven't even recently used the stove and it has no reason to be on. I check everything all the time, and the fact that I'm going to be in a completely different place so I can't do that really freaks me out. And the only experience I have is when I was in Turkey, and I know that I was like constantly calling my mum and checking in and being like, is everything okay? Is this happening? Is this happening? And everything was fine, and I felt really silly a lot of the time. But I also feel like that my mum was like she was like, oh, but I'm sending you updates, and it's like, no, you sent me a text saying cat's fed. Like that is not an update. I would like to see a video of my baby. I would like to see a picture of it. Like that's not an update. And I know that the friends that I've got coming in are people that will send me videos and send me pictures, and like, you know, I'm gonna hopefully just be more aware that things at home are okay and that the cats are safe. And I feel like that will massively soothe a lot of my anxiety while I'm on the trip. But I am still very anxious and very worried. And it's the thing of like, it's the thing of being in situations that I can't get out of, you know? If something makes me anxious, if something goes wrong, if I start having a meltdown, I'm just there and I just have to deal with it, and that's a lot. I'm very used to like, you know, doing everything I can to narrow down my life and make it so that I'm not in the situations that make me feel all these negative emotions. And now I have to put myself through the situation that gives me all these negative emotions and able to get to a situation that'll hopefully, you know, give me lots of positive emotions and give me some really lovely memories and give me a lot of new experiences. And I want so badly to just be excited about it and be looking forward to it. And a huge chunk of me is, like, as I say, like, I don't think I'll ever get this opportunity again. And as much as like it's something I've wanted since I was really young and I really believed at one point I'd get to do, I'd long since accepted that I wasn't going to get to do it and my life wouldn't be like this. So I'm like, there is a massive chunk of me that is very, very, very excited, and especially because I'm going to get to meet some of my best friends, like actual blood family, some of them, and they're like found family that I've had for a super, super long time, that are absolutely like base part of their personality. You know, I'm going to be meeting like the people that are most important to them, and that's going to be really lovely. And I'm going to get to see so many things that I wouldn't otherwise get to see. And like, you know, I know that see, I know that once I'm there I'm going to have so much fun. I think I do, but I also know that I don't actually know that. And it's also the thing of like, I don't have very good social imagination, so I really struggle to imagine like what the situations will be like and what scenarios will be like, and I struggle to script for things like I'd like to, and all sorts of stuff like that. So as much as it's like, I know that I won't be here, so things like my dishes, my washing, whatever else won't need doing, there's still a massive part of me that's like, but those are things I have to do all the time, so of course they still need to be done while I'm not here, and I'm the person that does them, so how are they going to get done if I'm not here? And it's like, they literally don't need to be done because I'm the one that's causing them to need to be done. But I just keep having like absolutely panicked thoughts of like, what about this? When it's literally not something that matters or will come up. And I don't know what the point of this whole ramble was. It usually makes me feel better, but I can't figure out. I mean, I can figure out. I feel like this because I'm about to experience a very big change that I'm very nervous about. And I think it's something that most people that have been in my sort of life situation in general, even without being autistic, would be quite concerned and anxious and worried about. And I really just want to dive in and do it. Like, that's the thing, is it's so much of it's the waiting. Like, I don't like things happening immediately. I like to have plans and know what's going on, and we haven't fully planned it yet, to be fair. Like, we've booked tickets and we know like the general plan, but we haven't like day-to-day planned things, and I think I will feel better once that's been done. You know, I think there's lots of little things that I can do to try and just feel a bit better about it all that will be done before I go, but I am still just very, very nervous and very, very concerned about letting people down, worried about being trapped in situations that I can't get out of, that I don't want to be in, and just being very overwhelmed all the time. Because I genuinely don't know how I'm going to be with it, you know? I really don't know how I'm going to react and how I'm going to feel and all that kind of stuff. And the unknown is obviously, like, people talk about fear of the unknown all the time anyway, and especially as an autistic person, when like so many things that other people are so familiar with and find to be like a super known thing, they're already the unknown to me, and now I've got like a whole new host of the unknown, and it is a bit terrifying. Honestly, I think that doing like, because I'm intending to vlog a lot of stuff and like really like create a lot of content just like out of my experiences, you know? Like, I'm not doing it for the content, but if I'm going to be doing it anyway, I may as well get some content out of it and have the memories and have the good times and be able to like share my experiences with people in the way that I usually do, but hopefully in a slightly more exciting way, you know? And I'm hoping that having that as like a focus and sort of like a purpose to a point will also help me to like not get too overwhelmed and like be, you know, I think that I probably will end up like talking to you guys in the vlogs and like making vlogs, because I feel like it does calm me down. You know, as much as I'm aware that, like, you know, I don't want to start a whole, like, parasocial relationship. But obviously, like, I read all of your comments and I see, like, I've been replying to some of them too. And I see, like, we share a lot of things about each other. It's quite vulnerable and stuff, you know? So I do feel like, as much as I know I'm not talking directly to anyone when I make videos, it also, like, I kind of am, you know? Like, I might not know you, might not be able to actually talk, like, real time directly to you, but you're gonna watch it and reply, like, you do, blah-de-blah-de-blah. I've also just had, like, a really anxious day, because I got my council tax bill, and they want me to pay it all at once next month, and I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure you meant to let me split that up and pay it monthly, so I need to phone them, and I hate doing fucking phone calls, and anything to do with, like, council tax bills in general, just like any of that stuff already makes me super anxious, because I'm so scared that I'm gonna fuck it up. And it's one of those things where if you like keep fucking it up, you've suddenly got a massive bill of something, or you've got like a fine, or like, you know, really shitty things can happen if you don't notice stuff, and there's so much stuff that I just don't notice. So it does make me like incredibly fucking anxious to deal with any of that stuff. I do have a friend that's helping me deal with it now, because I just, things do get left behind by me. If there's so much stuff I don't notice or don't understand, I'm like, I leave it till the last minute, but then I still don't understand it, you know? Like, I very much do need help with that kind of thing. And I do now actually have someone to help me with it. But I've done everything myself, like, for most of my life, you know? Like, so, and I did most things myself because other people would try, and then I would not only have to do the thing anyway, but I would have to fix whatever they'd done fucking up the thing, you know? So I get really fucking nervous having people do stuff for me, even people that I trust like deeply, because the last people I trusted deeply to do things always did it fucking wrong, and then I had to deal with the consequences of it and deal with fixing it and deal with sorting it, and it was so much more difficult than just doing it myself. So even though like I know mentally, I know realistically, I know like intellectually that they will actually be helpful, these aren't the same people that I used to be around, they will actually do the thing right so that the thing is done and I don't have to worry about it and get anxious about it or whatever else, and I won't have to fix it because it will be done properly. I still have the absolute fear, and I'm like, no, just let me fucking do it, okay? And I know that I don't do half of it right, and I know that I struggle and I feel fucking incapable so often, but I've also always been more capable than the idiots I've been around, quite frankly. You know, I don't even think it's that they were stupid. I think that they were like abusive, toxic people that just couldn't be bothered, quite frankly. So, oh, look how, it's just socks and undies left. Guys, we're getting somewhere. Oh, what was I saying? Yeah, but like, you know, people just really half-ass things for me and couldn't be bothered, and then they'd be like, oh, I fucked it up, you're gonna have to deal with that. And it's not that they were stupid, it's not that they couldn't have done it, it's that they just couldn't be bothered doing it right for me. I know that's not the case anymore, but I'm just so used to having to do stuff myself and having to sort it all, and it's really hard to like give up that level of control, quite frankly. I've never seen myself as like a control freak or whatever, but I'm really struggling to not have control over it. And like I actively like ask my friend for help, and they are like involving me in it all. I know exactly what's going on. They're not doing anything like behind my back or whatever. Like I am technically still in control. I'm just having someone else do the bits of it that I really, really struggle with, and like help me actually keep up with it. And still I'm like, I feel like I've like relinquished. I feel like I've given up control of my entire life, you know? And I really haven't. It's really not that deep. It's absolutely not that serious. But man, does my little brain feel like it is. And then that's where I'm like, do I just over dramatise and make everything out to be a bigger thing than it is? Or are these things just big things to me? Is that just how my brain works? Is that an autism thing? Is it a trauma thing? Is it a Dana thing? Like, what's going on? Are these? Okay, I've got 3 random socks and this cardigan. Oh, it's, no wait, I found a sock. God, trying to mention socks without making a shitty fucking Harry Potter joke, guys. I really don't like the amount that I talk about Harry Potter. I realise that I bring it up quite often. It's just to like shit on it and be like, guys, do you remember when that was fun? And I'm sure I'm just depressing everyone with my chatter about it. But that's an officially empty washing basket for me, and it doesn't look it on camera at all. But this is an organised little pile of stuff for me to just put away. And then I've actually done it, and I can see the other sock over there that dropped out of the basket, and I didn't notice it, so I can pair up my socks. So I'm gonna go, because we are basically done. I really hope you managed to get something done alongside me, or that you found this entertaining or interesting or something. I really enjoyed just doing these little rambles and hopefully helping you get some stuff done. Like, I feel like every single one of these I've done has gotten with at least one comment from someone saying like, oh, I did this alongside you. And it makes me really happy. I really enjoy it. It's really nice. And we all need a little bit of assistance and help with this kind of thing sometimes. I know I do. So yeah, that's the end of this. You can follow me over on, no wait, what do I say? I'm making videos here 3 times a week currently, on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays. I post daily content over on TikTok, and I post quite sporadically, to be fair, on Instagram. You can also choose to donate to me on Patreon or Ko-fi, and it'd be amazing because I've got that fucking council tax bill. But there's no pressure, you don't have to. I think the UK's in a recession again. 3rd one in my lifetime, guys. This is brilliant. I love being alive. So whoever you are, wherever you are, if you're having a lovely morning, evening, day, afternoon, week, month, year, and I will see you again in a couple of days.